Hi, Gil from Testing Gil here. You know that every unit testing example starts with a calculator, so let's do that today. Have a look at this code. Suspicious, huh? Okay, so how many tests do you think do we need to cover this code? So when I ask these in my workshops, I get all kinds of answers like 1 + 1 and 2 + 2 and big numbers and negative numbers. All good cases, but think about it. Are these really good tests? What are they testing? So this code is in Java, and every test that we would write, like the things that we mentioned, would actually be testing the implementation of the plus operator. It's pretty clear for the 1 + 1 case, but even if you add a couple of big numbers and you expect an exception, the thing that will be throwing the exception is the implementation of the plus operator. Okay, that's cool. So another question. When would these tests fail? Well, the first case, if we change a plus to a minus, the test would guard us against that. But this is a calculator we're talking about, and the chances of that happening in this kind of code is pretty slim. We had a lot of hints pointing us not to actually do that. Okay, so what other case will fail the tests? Well, maybe a bug in the plus operator. But this plus operator is used by like millions of people around the world every day, so if there was a bug in the plus operator, we'd probably hear about it. So in reality, what will happen is that these tests will pass forever. Now, tests that passing forever is not a good thing. They create within us false confidence that the code is working. And the tests that are not failing, or we haven't seen them failed, have less trust. And if we trust these kind of tests less, we kind of lose trust in the other tests that we do have. Okay, so after we had this kind of small conversation, how many tests do we need to cover that code? Well, maybe the answer is none. And that's okay, because if the code is that simple, probably don't need some tests around it. Maybe when somebody else goes into the code and changes it and make it more complex, then they will add another test to guard against the complexity that they introduced. Now, if I was doing it in TDD, in test-driven development, which means I would write the test first before I wrote the code, that means that I would probably write a single test before I write this kind of code. Maybe not that even. When we're testing, we need to understand what we're testing, what would make the test pass and what would make them fail. If we don't have the answers, our whole belief system in testing crumbles up like a broken calculator. I know it's a bad analogy, but I had to sum it up somehow. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button, the subscribe. Watch more videos on my channel. Leave me some feedback down below. And I'll see you again in the future. Thank you. Bye-bye.